HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com. Hello, and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On this edition of HCAM News, it's Hockey Mania. Hillers Hockey is moving on to the state finals Sunday, March 17th at the TD Garden, and we have playoff highlights central. We get started with the sectional semifinals. 11-seeded Hillers battled 10-seeded Coyle Cassidy at the Gallo Arena in Bourne for a shot at the sectional finals. The Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey team taking on Coyle Cassidy in the South Division III sectional semifinals. 11 seconds into action, and Sean Walsh strikes.
Here at Gallo Arena, the winner of this game will move on to take on the winner of Ashland and Bourne. And here comes the Hillers. There's a goal! Sean Walsh right off the bat. 11 seconds in.
About 4.5 minutes later, the Hillers strike again.
Behind the Hillers net it goes, and now to the far side boards. And now, quick break here. Racing up, here is Hamlet, and there's another goal! Hamlet is going to feed it to Rogers, and Rogers is going to put it in at 10:15 left to go in the first period.
The score remained 2-0 until 11:46 left in the second period.
Lynn gets a stick in there. Kirk leaves it out in front. Weinstock with a shot. There's a goal! 3-0 Hillers! And that goal comes with 11:46 left. Jake Weinstock on the one-timer.
Less than a minute later, at 10:57 left, this happens.
Dan Kirk on the face-off for the Hillers. There's a shot and another goal! Poured on!
Will Quinlan off the face-off, and the Hillers lead it 4-0, but the damage wasn't done there. At 6:25 left in the second, Hillers struck yet again. Well, they had a two-man advantage due to multiple penalties against the Coyle Cassidy Warriors.
46 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Now 37, Walsh. There's a shot and a goal! Sean Walsh puts that off the middle bar. And it's 5-0 Hillers.
About 4 minutes later, the Hillers had a man advantage once again, and once again they made Coyle Cassidy pay.
Watch, they're going to be the ones that are heavily disciplined. So man advantage for the next 2 minutes for the Hillers. There's a shot by Gilbert and a goal! Pour it on! 6-0.
Will Quinlan on the tip off a beauty of a feed from Andrew Gilbert. 6-0 Hillers. In the third period, the Hillers struck one more time.
Pokes it off the end boards. Gilbert over to Simos. Simos to Walsh. Over to Gilbert. There's a slap shot. And it's put in by Rogers! Kyle Rogers off the deflection makes it 7-0.
Second goal of the game for Kyle Rogers, and another assist by Andrew Gilbert. The 7-0 Hillers lead would hold as 11-seeded Hopkinton wins their third straight playoff game by way of the shutout and advances to the Division III South Sectional Finals, where they will take on 9-seeded Ashland, who pulled off the 4-3 upset win over 4th-seeded Bourne. Sean Walsh, Will Quinlan, and Kyle Rogers all had 2 goals each as the Hillers advance to their first South Sectional Finals in team history. Congratulations, Hopkinton! The game versus Ashland will take place Sunday, March 10th, 4 p.m. at John Gallo Arena in Bourne, Massachusetts. Next step for Hillers hockey was the sectional finals at Gallo Arena in Bourne versus 9th-seeded TVL rival Ashland. Could the Hillers take home their first ever hockey sectional title? Let's find out. On Sunday, March 10th, the 15-6-2 11th-seeded Hillers took on the 9th-seeded 15-5-3 Ashland Clockers in an attempt to claim their first ever sectional title. The first period was scoreless up until just 13 seconds left.
Stolen away by Rogers, and he was trying to set up Hamblett. And there's
Nice
another
shot
shot and
by
a goal!
Simos.
Steve Simos makes it 1-0. 13 seconds left in the first period.
That's a huge goal, especially here at the last under 20 seconds to go.
Steve Simos makes it 1-0 heading into the second, and the scoring for the Hillers picked right up off the bat next period. Less than a minute in, Tommy Hamblett strikes.
And there for the Hillers.
Seamus with a shot there, and that's out in front of the net. We have another goal! 2-0 Hillers.
11:55 left in the period. Steven Simos strikes again.
And back out in front it goes. Here comes Simos. Simos racing up the ice. Along the far side, there's a shot and a goal! Steve Simos with his second goal of the day. 3-0 Hillers. The goal comes with 11:55 left to go in the period.
Just end to end for Simos there. He took that puck and utilized his speed and his great stick handling skills. Was able to make his way around the outside and snap off a great shot.
What a smash that was.
Then less than a minute later, Kyle Rogers adds on.
Up to Walsh. Potential breakaway opportunity here. Here comes Walsh racing in. Leaves it out in front, and it's in! Walsh with the setup. And the Hillers make it 4-0.
I think it was Rogers with the tip.
Walsh and Rogers.
But
A deadly combination coming up ice.
But just again, Tom, the Hillers are just killing it on the faceoffs. They won another defensive faceoff, had another great breakout, and ended up with another 2-on-1. They're just killing Ashland with their breakouts, controlling the play.
29 seconds left in the period. Tommy Hamblett nets another one.
Hamblett with a shot and a goal! How about that right off the faceoff?
Been the key for the Hillers all night long.
Tommy Hamblett with a beauty off of another tremendous Sean Walsh faceoff.
5-0 Hillers heading into the third, but just short of 3 minutes in to the third period. Tommy Hamblett with the backbreaker.
Hamblett racing in. Ends up being wrapped around. There's a shot, and it's turned away by a defender. Irwin had the shot on it. Now quick break here. Hamblett sets up Rogers. Now back to Hamblett and a goal! Hamblett and Rogers. Some great back and forth passing, and Hamblett finishes it off.
This is a hat trick for Hamblett.
It certainly is. He had 2 goals in the first period and has another one, or 2 goals in the second period, and now has another one here in the third period. A hat trick for Tommy Hamblett, the junior.
Ashland scored a pair of goals in the period, but the Hillers take the game 6-2 and claim their first ever South Division III sectional title. The Hopkinton Hillers advance on to the Final Four in the state, where they will battle North champion Lowell on Wednesday, March 13th at Songus Arena in the state semifinals.
And now the captains and coaches of Hopkinton High School come forward to accept the 2019 MIAA Division III South Championship Trophy. Again, congratulations
Still to come on HCAM News, the Hillers take on Lowell at the Songus Arena in Lowell in the state semifinals, and Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
This is Keeper, and he is about 2 years old. Was found as a stray. He's currently everybody's favorite here at the shelter among the staff and volunteers. He is... we think okay with other cats. He hasn't had a lot of interaction with cats here because we haven't had a lot lately. We've been getting a lot of adoptions and stuff, which is great, but he seems to just sort of ignore the other cats. But we're not sure about dogs, but good with everybody else and everything. Just sort of a laid back cat, big old boy cat.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Hillers Hockey won their first ever South Sectional title this past week. They defeated Ashland in the sectional finals 6-2 and moved on to the state semifinals at the Songus Arena in Lowell versus North champion Lowell. Here's a look at what happened. The South Division III champion Hopkinton Hillers took on the North Division III champion Lowell at the Songus Arena in Lowell in the Division III state semifinals Wednesday, March 13th, and the first period was an absolute scoring fest.
Simos along the near side boards up with Matt Asselin. And now Walsh with a shot and a goal! Just like that, 1-0 Hillers. What a beauty of a shot there by Walsh.
What a great play by Walsh. He came back. Steve Simos went down to pinch. Walsh came back to cover, picked the puck up, walked into the middle, and nobody challenged him. He walked right in with a beautiful wrist shot.
There it goes. Rogers closing in. Rogers with a steal there, and another goal. Rogers with a beauty of a feed to Hamblin. 2-0 Hillers.
And there's that team speed, Tom. Just a great play by Rogers getting down. He forced the defenseman to make that turnover, and Hamlet going right to the net.
Thomas set it up. Now the Hillers going to try to work back up the ice. Pass up to Rogers from Simos. Now here comes Walsh. Walsh with a breakaway opportunity here. Racing in. The shot. Goal! Count it! 3-0 Hillers. It's the Sean Walsh show. Up along the boards. Pass up to the blue line. There's a shot turned away by Thomas. That puck still loose. Line able to keep it away. And it's still in front. Now it's going to go in. That was off the stick of Andrew Kotsafas.
Well, Thomas had some great saves there, and just that last one just trickled out enough for Lowell to take advantage of that.
Here comes Hassett. Hassett racing up the far side for Lowell. Breakaway shot, and it's turned away by Thomas, but then the secondary shot is knocked in, and just like that, it's 3-2. Owen Goulet with the goal. 9:01 left to go. It's a hockey game. Simon speeds that up the ice. And now it's taken away by Sean Walsh. Walsh racing in. Leaves it out in front, and a goal by Hamlet! What a response by the Hillers! Walsh to Hamlet at 8:49 left to go.
Again, just a great key face-off win by Walsh to start it, and a beautiful passing play with Hamlet.
Kirk, and now Lowell has a breakaway at 3-on-1 coming up the ice. There's a shot and a goal! Thomas Hassett makes it 4-3. 4-3, Hillers lead. 6:30 left to go, and yes, the first period. Walsh on a breakaway, the shot, goal! Sean Walsh already with a hat trick, and we're in the first period.
Just unbelievable. The Hillers just making the use of the outside lanes there and the speed, being able to make that puck and play that right down the sideboards, and Walsh with a beautiful shot top corner.
That goal comes with 6:25 left in the first period. Hamlet getting in there, up behind the net, tied up with Hassett. Trying to sneak it out. Rogers racing in, Hassett just able to get it away. Now Walsh with possession. There's a shot out in front. Hamlet, and now Rogers with the flip. And Rogers on the secondary shot, and that's in! Go Hillers!
Hill is just taking advantage of that open ice in the slot there, just battling for pucks and being open and just staying right on top. Great play by Rogers.
Kyle Rogers sticking with it, getting a couple shots off, and he puts one in off the deflection. 6-3 Hillers, 34.8 seconds left, and yes, the first period.
6-3 heading into the second period, and the offense slowed down considerably. The only goal in the second period came with just under a minute left from Will Quinlan.
A little wide by Hamblin. Hamblin put that one off the side of the net. Now Hamblin trying to leave it in the slot. Kirk trying to turn it around, and he'll leave it for Quinlan, and it's in! Dan Kirk on the assist, Will Quinlan on the goal, and the Hillers have broken through just under a minute left to go in the second period. 7-3 Hopkinton.
That play all started with Kirk. Kirk was alone by himself in the corner, used the boards, got around two defenders, came out front, and was able to control that puck, get a shot off, and then they got the rebound back out front.
In the third period, Quinlan added another goal.
Champion Longmeadow, 4-3 in a shootout. Hillers the South champion up against Lowell the North champion right now. Here we go, wide open break, an empty net. Quinlan for the win. 8-3 Hillers.
The Hillers take the game 8-3 and advance on to the state championship Sunday, March 17th, 11 a.m. at the TD Garden in Boston versus Central champion Wachusett.
Tom Nappy here with Sean Walsh. Sean, congratulations. How does it feel to be heading to the state championship?
It's very exciting. We talked as a team, just have heart and dedication, and the hard work has really paid off the past few weeks, so we're excited.
What's it been like playing with this group throughout the season? You guys seem to have amazing chemistry out there.
It's phenomenal. We have very good chemistry. We know where each other are. We talk on the bench, on the ice, and just communication is key with us. So.
And the beginning of this game was crazy. 9 goals in the first period combined. It was 6-3, you guys leading after the first. How'd you feel after that first period? And I guess what were some of the changes that were made to kind of settle the game down a little bit?
After the first, we knew like what we were capable of, and I guess the second period we noticed we had to play more defensively because we knew we had the lead, so we just wanted to kind of kill time a little bit and focus on D first.
And what was the experience like playing at this beautiful Songus Arena today?
It was phenomenal. It's a great rink, great arena, and the ice is perfect.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you at the TD Garden.
Yes, thank you.
Tom Nappy here with Coach McPherson. Coach, you guys are heading to the state championship. How does that feel, first state championship in Hillers history?
Feels fantastic. Just trying to soak it all in right now, trying to process it all. It was quite an up and down hockey game that finally settled down the second and third period there. That was a crazy first period, obviously, 9 goals. And but it was nice that we settled down after got the jitters out that first period and got back to our strong defensive play and goaltending to seal that win there.
And this team seems to just have great chemistry, and they just seem to have gotten better every playoff game you guys play. What's it been like to coach this group?
It's been the most amazing experience I've ever had coaching a group because they just believe in each other so much and care about each other so much, genuinely care about each other, as humans and people and friends, that it's just awesome coming to the rink every single day to be part of it with them and just watch them, like you said, grow from game to game to game to game. And the confidence that they're playing with right now, as well as, the structure they're showing in their play is just, as a coach, we just kind of sit back and watch it. Go play, boys.
Well, Coach, we're certainly looking forward to the TD Garden on Sunday. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for following us all year and watching all those playoff games you guys taped and everything. Good work. You're a great announcer, Tommy. You're a great announcer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy here with Dan Kirk. Dan, a tremendous game out there. It was craziness in the first period, 6-3 after that first period. But the game settled down a little bit. What would you say changed after that first period to settle the game down a little bit?
Well, I think we came into the locker room, and we knew we were playing well on offense, obviously. We just had 6 goals, but we really knew that we had to tighten up defensively. And then we kind of stuck to our systems well in the second and third period, and it showed on the scoreboard.
And Dan, you were certainly a big contributor in this game, as well as throughout the season. What's it been like playing with this group this year?
It's just a great group of guys. As much talent as we have, I think we do have the it factor that is capable of winning a state championship, and that's showing as well.
How'd you like playing at the Songus Arena today?
It's pretty nice, but I think the Garden's going to be a lot better.
Well, congratulations, and we're certainly looking forward to Sunday.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm here with Kyle Rogers. Kyle, you had a tremendous game out there. What's this whole experience been like getting to this level in the playoffs and playing with this group this year?
It's been awesome. As a team, we faced a lot of adversity, but we persevered through it. And this locker room, we have the best leader in the league, in Steve. So he really pumps us up for everything. And, it's just been an awesome feeling, and hope to keep it going to the Sunday at the Garden.
And how was the experience tonight playing at the Songus Arena?
It was awesome. Big crowd, both teams. It was just an amazing environment.
And the ice space a little bit bigger than you guys typically play on. Do you think that made a difference at all?
Yeah, I think we were able to utilize our speed a lot more than we're usually able to. We're one of the faster teams in Massachusetts, so it's pretty good for us.
Well, congratulations, and we're certainly looking forward towards Sunday.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Standing by to tell you all about it is Matt Clark with our HCAM Insider.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the HCAM Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and here's what's happening this week on HCAM. On Friday, March 15th at 5 p.m., local artists, poets, and musicians gather to share their art in a special open mic episode of Wake Up and Smell the Poetry. And at 8 p.m., the Coffee Break hosts chat with Stephanie Goldberg, owner of Stephanie G. Jewelers, on a new episode of Hopkinton Coffee Break. On Monday, March 18th at 7 p.m., the Zoning Advisory Committee meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Tuesday, March 19th at 6 p.m., the Board of Selectmen's meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Wednesday, March 20th at 10 p.m., Enter Stage Left presents their annual sketch comedy night, ESL Live, on a brand new HCAM TV special. On Thursday, March 21st at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton School Committee meeting will air live on HCAM Ed. And also on HCAM Ed, the Hillers Ice Hockey Playoffs versus Ashland game will air. If you want to know more about all of HCAM's shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/connect, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget you can stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website for the latest happenings in our community and check out the Hopkinton Community Calendar to take a look at upcoming events in town. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care, and go Hillers Hockey. Bring home that state title. Nappy here, and I am with Elaine Lazarus. And Elaine, for those that don't know, can you explain what you do here for the town of Hopkinton?
Longtime planner with the town, currently assistant town manager, and working with the planning board on this year's zoning changes.
And I understand there's a lot of zoning changes being talked about, a lot of public hearings are happening. Can you talk about what some of the big topics are right now?
Sure. Just wanted to mention that the planning board is required by law to hold a public hearing on every zoning change regardless of who submits it. So this year the planning board's proposing some, and there are several citizens petitions. So one of the most important perhaps are changes in the Osmond Overlay District, which is applicable to Legacy Farms. And some of those changes try to unravel some of our language that contradicts each other, and some housekeeping changes. And others allow just better administration and management of the uses that are there. So for example, we have some language regarding senior housing, and it's currently a project under construction off at Legacy North. And the zoning requires over 55 and no children under 18, and it also requires affordable units. But the state will not certify affordable units where children are prohibited, so we have to resolve that language one way or another by changing the affordable housing restrictions or changing the age restrictions. So that's something that town meeting will get to think about.
Now, is there a public hearing coming up on that?
There is a public hearing. The public hearing opened on February 25th. This particular topic wasn't discussed, and that was continued to March 25th. So on March 25th, the public will have an opportunity to weigh in on that. If people can't attend, they can send me an email or send the planning board an email or a letter, and it will be reviewed by the board.
And what do you think the overall feeling about this is? Do you feel like people are going to support this zoning change, or do you feel like that it's going to get some pullback?
I don't know. I expect every zoning change has its pros and cons, and that those will be discussed, and we'll see where it goes. But people are entitled to participate and voice their opinion.
And what are some of the other zoning changes going on that you feel are going to be a big topic at the upcoming town meeting?
Well, there are a couple of citizens petitions that try to get at the issue of managed growth. And what those petitions are proposing is to limit the number of building permits that could be issued. One of the articles proposes a 1-year period, and the other one is over a 3-year period. So, and during this time, the town would be doing some planning and thinking about how it's going to manage growth. So those are citizens petitions. Those proponents will appear at the hearing and make their case. And the public will have an opportunity to weigh in on those.
And when are these public hearings happening?
March 25th at Town Hall.
March 25th at Town Hall.
7:30 p.m.
Terrific. And just kind of looking at all these zoning changes, there's certainly been a lot of public hearings that happened this past week. Could you talk about the outcome of some of those public hearings that we just saw this past week?
Sure. On the 25th of February, the Planning Board held their first hearing, and at that meeting, they decided to pull the articles relating to educational uses and restaurants in Industrial B District. So those have been removed from the warrant. They decided to go forward with the temporary banner article and to make some changes to that. They decided to, with respect to that, they decided to limit banners over streets to Route 135, Route 85, and West Main Street, and to allow the increase, or to propose the increase in the maximum size of banners. And then they also, there was an article proposed